And
Hey,
hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here to get to speak with you today and introduce you to the building blocks of sales enablement. My name is Mike Kunkel. I am the author of the book on the building blocks of sales enablement and the creator of that framework and systems that we'll talk with you about today. I have spent the last 40 years of my career in the sales profession, in the last 30 of that in some sort of sales performance improvement role. In the beginning, we didn't call it sales enablement. We may have said sales training or sales effectiveness or sales performance, but eventually and more recently, it became sales enablement. And I renamed my work The Building Blocks of Sales Enablement. And that's what we'll share with you today. So let's jump right into an introduction to the building blocks of sales enablement. The building blocks are really a framework, as you can see here, of 15 blocks. There are 12 core blocks in the center, which are what I call performance levers that influence sales results, and they're tied together by the remaining blocks. Let's review the blocks quickly, row by row. It starts with buyer acumen, or a deep understanding of your buyers and customers. This is the market that you serve and your ideal customer profile, or ICP. This includes who they are, what are their roles and goals, and something I call coin op, or their challenges, opportunities, impacts, needs, outcomes, and priorities. So this means building great buyer personas or buyer archetypes with the metrics that matter most or how they're measured for success. It also includes emotional factors, the people they work with internally when they're buying, their buying process or buyer's journey, their decision criteria, and more. Having this information allows you to create buyer engagement content, the middle block, that will attract the right buyers to you based on the problems that they have that you solve or the opportunities that they have that you can enable. And then how to make good decisions at each stage of their journey, which would culminate in a purchase decision. Then you can build the playbooks and the sales support content, the third block, that will help your reps sell to these buyers effectively. These are the first three building blocks: buyer acumen, buyer engagement content, and sales support content. Now, the next three blocks in this row are sales hiring, sales training, and sales coaching. These blocks do not require much explanation, but we know that they are critical and they blend together perfectly. All three blocks have specific systems that support them in ways to implement best practices effectively that will help you get the best possible sales results. The third row includes sales process, sales methodology, and sales analytics and metrics. There's often confusion about the difference between sales process and sales methodology. Sales process is the stages that a sales moves through, right? Step by step by step. And it should align with the buyer's journey. Sales methodology is how the sellers sell. It's the frameworks, the models, and the skills they use as they navigate with the buyer through the sales process. Now, these three blocks aren't always owned by sales enablement, but they're important to get right, and they have a massive influence on sales performance. Sales process and analytics and metrics are often owned by sales or revenue operations. Methodology varies, but is increasingly owned by sales or revenue enablement. In either case, sales enablement influences their adoption and orchestrates progress through effective cross-functional collaboration. Sales process, sales methodology, and sales analytics and metrics are truly important building blocks to support high performance. And the last of the three core blocks are sales technology and tools, sales compensation and recognition, and sales manager enablement. Tools should support the effective execution of the process and the methodology, basically making the reps more effective and more efficient. Compensation must reward the behaviors and outcomes that you want to see. Interestingly, with compensation, avoiding dissatisfaction is equally as important as fostering satisfaction. And then sales manager enablement is a topic unto itself. It's critical, too often ignored, and it is far more extensive than this little block indicates. It also has an entire system dedicated to it called the sales management system. Next is communication. This is one of the exterior blocks that ties these other blocks together. Now, this includes communication with both the sales force and cross-functional collaboration with the sales enablement charter for alignment. This is where you work with product marketing and finance and other departments who all are supporting the sales force in some way. Many enablement teams are the communication conduit to the sales force for consistency of timing, where to find communications, formatting and messaging, and cross-functional collaboration with alignment through a charter and top-down support is absolutely key to align around your buyers and customers and how the organization will support the sales force to get the best possible results serving your customers. This expands your impact because one person or even a team in sales enablement can't possibly do everything that needs to be done. Cross-functional collaboration like this is a real force multiplier. Now, next, while it's not something that's done everywhere, is sales support services. This includes things like RFP or RFI support, presentation support, helping your sales reps build the right presentations, research support, researching customers or buyers, or even coaching services. These are additional services, also are often done with a service level agreement in place between the functions who will serve the sales force. And the last one here is systems thinking, which is absolutely key to getting results. I think of all of these blocks that we've talked about so far as performance levers that we can push and pull to improve performance and get better results. The systems, however, are how you execute to actually make progress with the blocks. And I most often work with 5 systems. Their sales hiring system, the sales readiness system for onboarding, sales training for all of the sales force, sales management to get into a cadence of effective management activities, and sales coaching to help reps get to higher levels of performance. And those are the systems. Now, those aren't the only systems inside an ecosystem like a Salesforce, but these are the ones that I've seen produce the best results. And so that is an overview of the building blocks of sales enablement. I hope that's helpful.